Hello everyone, welcome back to SkyFactory 5. This is episode 11, and it's been kind of a while because I've been kind of really sick. And while being sick, I kind of rearranged my base. So this is what it's looking like. Very different, very differently organized. I kind of use the same blocks to make it. You got some new stuff over there that I will explain. It was really simple, which is why I didn't make a video or stream over it. And then I just rearranged my cobblestone generator and dyes. But yeah, that's about it. Let me show you first this big, tall sugarcane thing so I can get it out of the way for once. If I take a look at my task book and I scroll to the right far enough, there was this quest here, grow sugarcane from the bottom of the world to the max height. And I did that, but it was in the way of everything I tried to organize. So I'll just go ahead and break it now because it's in the way. So, there. Look at it go. Jeez. That is, wow. But anyways, I can clean this all up and I'll show you the next thing I have. So like before, I had this auto crafter connected to the gray dye, but this time I also have one on the green dye, and they're both being sent somewhere, and you can probably put together what I was trying to do. So behind the reactor over here, I got another auto crafter, and if I take a look in here, I'm getting gray dye and green dye, and I'm crafting uranium. So it's essentially infinite power, but there is a slight problem that I'd like to get anybody's help on, which is the gray dye keeps overflowing the green dye because one of them doesn't stay in here. But I'm lucky because there's multiples of 3 that do, and it's able to keep one in here because 9 come in from the green block of dye from the auto crafter over there. And then, like you saw there, multiples of 3, it's just keeping one in there. But what if there was a recipe where there is one thing and another thing, and it's not a 1-to-3 ratio, it's a 1-to-1? I wouldn't know how to keep that in there. So if you have any idea on how to like keep it from overflowing with gray dye, leaving out the other recipe items, let me know. But it's crafting raw uranium, and it's outputting it into these 2 machines, which are furnaces. They're powered furnaces. Don't take coal because you can't really give them coal. There's not a lot of space to do that. But it's a redstone furnace, not powered by redstone, but powered by power. And your raw uranium goes in here, outputs there into its ingot form, but gets output through these into this, which inputs into this chest, and it is full. I don't know why the top left one like keeps disappearing every time. I honestly don't know. But this, yeah, that transports it into this, and that's infinite power. But if I were to turn this on, I'm not sure how it would hold up, but we'll just have to see. Anyways, the next thing I want to show you is the create stuff over here. It did take quite a while to make it, but it was simple, and I didn't think it really deserved its own video. So this was all done in the purpose of getting netherite for the black hole unit, because there is no good way of getting this. I've tried looking everywhere, and the only thing I found was like getting olives from the olive tree, just gathering a bunch. And how can this turn into netherite? Well, you put it in here with black dye, and you get a block of black olives. And then you put it in the extractinator, which you sometimes get something and you sometimes get nothing. But anyways, that has a chance of getting you netherite dust, which can be smelted down into an ingot, which seems okay. But that's a lot of manual work for getting the olives, and you can't like shear the olive leaves off and place it down somewhere else and like actually hook up a automatic farm. That's like purely manual over there. So the other method to get netherite was to crush down gilded blackstone. This thing right here. Crush it down, you have a 15% chance to get a netherite scrap. And I did that with a gilded blackstone that I got from like all those bastions in the previous episodes, and got like only 8 scraps, but it does get it over time. So we just got to figure out how to get gilded blackstone in the first place, and there is a good way of getting it. So I was thinking about the induction smelter for being like the simplest, but honestly a 120,000 RF per block doesn't seem super pleasurable, especially since this reactor probably can't keep up with it. So the other way I was thinking is just mixing it up using this thing right here, but there's a lot of aspects to it. I got to figure out how to get a bunch of gold nuggets, how to get a bunch of blackstone. I got to figure out how to continuously heat the blaze burner, and yeah, that's about it. Oh yeah, automatically like pulling items out of it. So I don't know how to pull items out of it if the blaze burner's down below, because I can't put it like a hopper out of it, but maybe an item cable. I honestly have no idea. I'll have to look into that, but let's figure out how to get the resources first. We have gold nuggets already, but I think if we want to make it easier, we should probably put an auto crafter on here and get yellow dye out of it, just like gray dye is coming out of this one. And with the yellow dye, we will automatically craft it into raw gold, which is just 4 yellow dye, and then smelt it, which is pretty simple. Put it back into a gold nugget after smelting it, and then all is good. But for blackstone, it's really simple. You just need this igneous extruder to have lava on the left, blue ice on the right, and you get infinite blackstone. So I'll never have to worry about that ever. But I do run into another problem, if I'm being honest. Just like the auto crafter behind my reactor where green dye could be overflowed by gray dye, I'm thinking that there'd be like too much blackstone or too much golden nuggets in here that another item can't be placed in or something. I might be wrong though. It's just a worry. But anyways, let's get this started. I'm going to start off by getting this igneous extruder, which takes a bunch of ingots and stuff I don't think I've ever crafted in this mod before, but we can do it. So, Invar. Oh yeah, that's weird. We need nickel. Raw nickel. Oh, we can do that. Just hammer the dust down. Turn it into Invar. Also, sorry if my voice sounds weird. It is stuffy in my throat right now. But anyways, this crafting recipe was pretty easy. Constanian. Uh-oh. Cool. And boom. Igneous extruder. So we need lava now, which I don't think I have, but I can get some from heating cobblestone in there. And then I also need blue ice, which I don't know how to get. Packed ice, ice, and then you get ice from solidification chamber. We could just do that. Snow block and water. I don't think I have enough snow to do this though. I guess I'll use the blast chiller here. It seems pretty easy to create from thermal series, but I'll need more Invar and nickel, which I don't have nickel. Frick. Oh, but I can't craft it because it costs packed ice already, so I can't I can't get that. I'll just do the solidification chamber for the first one. That can't be too bad. So just snow block in there and a bucket of water too, and it creates an ice block. But with the pure daisy from Botania, I could just chuck this ice next to it and it turns into packed ice, and then the packed ice could turn into blue ice with that flower. So I'm lucky. I'll just put this here, grass, daisy, and ice. That'll turn into packed ice, and then it'll turn into blue ice after that, so that's cool, which gets us our blackstone pretty much. Then I gotta figure out like where to build it, probably far away from this, and then I can just like wirelessly transfer the items into here to get me my netherite scraps. But there we go, we got our blue ice. Need to break it with a pickaxe. Oh, I don't get to keep it. Oh man, let me get another. Okay, I thought I could be smart about it by like putting blue ice next to the igneous extruder, but you actually gotta like put the blue ice in the thing, not by the thing. So can't do that, which is why I decided to craft myself a mining gadget. It really was not difficult to create. I also created a charger to actually charge the gun, which is easy. Mining gadget MK1 was just created like this. I mean, you can imagine how I can get all the recipes window panes. Come on. But there we go. We got the mining gadget. I put a silk touch augment on it, which was crafted with like slime balls and golden apple and the blank upgrade module. So pretty simple, and I think I just like, oh, whoa, that's kind of cool. Well, there you go, you got the blue ice. So put this in here, or do I? Like, I don't think I'm exactly sure. Here, I'll put it there again, and I'll put the lava on the left. Does that? Oh my god, it does work. Why does the visual look like that though? It's kind of weird. Anyways, we're getting blackstone, like a lot of it, and I'm guessing it can actually like be extruded into here. Let's give it a recipe, like a furnace or something. Yeah, it does work. Cool. Now we just got to get those golden nuggets popping out of the yellow dye. So let me get another sequential fabricator for the yellow dye over here. And that gets me my yellow dye, so I just gotta get one of these wireless transfer nodes to get the stuff going where it needs to go. Boom. I'll need another one eventually, unfortunately, but export the items. Oh, I gotta turn this thing around. Hold up. I think that is exporting correctly. It just needs like a place to go. So let's pick somewhere. Put the sequential fabricator down here. Actually, we could just put it here again. Or no, this is a lot more complicated than I thought. I just assumed gold nuggets were popping out of this. You gotta get this into another sequential fabricator to become gold ore. So I guess let's just do that directly from here instead of doing a wireless thing. So that wrench, oops, wrench, sequential fabricator. Make the recipe gold ore, raw gold. That raw gold can go in the furnace here. Cool. Which will pop out ingots, but now we need to get it into nuggets. So another sequential fabricator and then another one over there. So it's just a lot, but we can do it. So export it out of there, put it in another sequential fabricator like here. Make sure this guy can import, take in the ingots and transform them into nuggets. So perfect. Looks good. Then we got to wirelessly transfer this into another sequential fabricator over there. So I'll just export it to the right side right here. And then I got to power this sequential fabricator first of all. This thing needs power to actually craft and do anything. All right, cool. So we got nuggets. It's going into this thing, and this thing needs a location. So let's put the sequential fabricator here, which is going to fill up with blackstone. But I can also like GPS it so it can take in the crap from over here. So is it gonna actually export? I don't know. Maybe this needs to like accept it from everywhere. Let me just turn everything on. I honestly don't know. Whoa, how do I do this? I forgot. Thermal series might be a bit slow. I don't actually know. Here, let's see if I can put it in here and it will transfer. No. I'll click the top of it. Let's see if that like changes anything about it. Also, maybe it needs the recipe in here for it to be like sent. So I'll take a gold nugget or two. How many is it? 2 gold nuggets. Oh, I just realized I was thinking about this wrong. I thought I was like crafting the gilded blackstone. I don't know what I was thinking. I got to put it through this thing here. So I got the blackstone and I got the gold nuggets over there. Shoot, I messed up. I just got to hook it up to this basin somehow and then we're good. So how about a GPS card here? Just transfer the gold nuggets in here. Cool. And then I'll just get another wireless transfer to like send the stuff or the gilded blackstone into the basin. All right, cool. So I got the blackstone sending into the basin over here and we got gold nuggets, and I think the overflowing problem doesn't exist here. It only like stores 16 of each. So that's perfect. All that's left to do is to figure out how to like export it and how to keep this blaze burner burning. So first of all, I thought I could just like put a chest here and then have the chest filled with coal, and then it would just keep going into the blaze burner, because look, you can tap the blaze burner with coal and it, you know, it becomes hot. But a furnace couldn't do it. So maybe I could just like automatically get coal and then have an auto placer or an automatic user. Just put coal in it and have it tap the blaze burner. That might be really good. I'll try that. Yeah, item user here. So get that. So I'll put this down here, or does it? Yeah, okay, it goes that way. So here. No, here. No. Boom. Cool. So let's try it first of all. Put a coal in there. And I don't know what that is, but requires redstone. No. Always on. No. Yes. Tick delay 20. It's not doing anything. Maybe it needs to be like next to the block here. Let's do that. Oh, no, that's not right. There, that's right. So coal in there and then tick delay 20, but always on. Yes, that works. Cool. So we'll put a hopper here, but wait, the blaze burner is kind of low. Oh man, I gotta raise the blaze burner. Cool. So I think it all works. We're getting gold nuggets and we're getting blackstone in here. I don't know what happened to the gold nuggets. Where are they? They're in here. They're not being sent out. How do I fix that? Oh, I think it's working. Yay. Cool. I did something. So there's our gold nuggets. There's our blackstone. And then here's our item user. So I just got to turn this to always on. And then every 20 ticks, clicks it with a piece of coal. And if it can't be clicked, it won't use the coal up. It'll just stay in here. So that's cool. And then we're getting the gilded blackstone. You can see it. I already have 9 from breaking the basin before. So chuck that in there. And eventually we'll get a bunch of netherite scraps, probably like 2 from this, just because it's a 15% chance. So yeah, 2. But it's really cool. That's how I get my netherite. But now I got to figure out how to like automatically take the gilded blackstone out. So do I just like wirelessly transfer it? Is that how it works? No. Oh crap. Maybe I need to filter the item that goes out of it. So like that might work. No. Ah, God, how do you do this? All right, there, I put a filter card on here. It's gilded blackstone only. So there, it works. Cool. But yeah, that works. So we got to figure out how to like put it over here. So I got to get a GPS, hook it up to like a chest above and then a hopper there, or some sort of item dropper, so that it goes through the crusher and drops down here into like another hopper into a chest. which gives us all of the gold nuggets and netherite scraps we could ever want. So let's get that set up. So GPS, and then that goes into the barrel. Cool. It actually gets shredded down, which is even better. And then I just need a hopper to like go into another barrel. All right, there. Everything works now. So we're getting, netherite scraps, and we're getting a bunch of golden nuggets. But this is gonna like eventually overflow with stuff. So I'm just gonna put like 4 stacks of netherite scraps here. And then the gold nuggets that fall here that can't go in here will just get despawned. But wait, the netherite scraps will too, because this hopper will be filled with gold nuggets. Ooh, man, this whole game's about like overflowing. Like I don't know what to do. But anyways, we got our netherite, we got our gold there, so that solves the issue, in my opinion, the hardest issue about the black hole tank. But if you watch the video I made before about ether fluid, I had some problems about that. I rebuilt the thing and I tested it off camera and it ran out of power again and everything exploded, and that happened twice off camera. So I had to get all of this stuff again. Oh my god, it was torture. I can't do this again. I can't have the wither like escape either. I gotta make sure this thing works the next time I use it. So the wither's gonna be in here. We got a stasis chamber. This thing needs power, which I have a flux thing like below it. I'll hook it up. Where is it? Here. To my internet or network. And then I got another one up here for the mining. So yeah, the stasis chamber works now. I'm like actually stuck. I can move like every second a teensy bit. Also, if you're ever setting this up, make sure your redstone mode is on ignored, because I had that on the wrong mode when when everything went wrong in the last episode. So yeah, it's not great. But now it's ready for a wither. The other thing is, don't let that run out of power or else everything's gonna be blown up. So that's why I built this automatic power stuff over here, so my reactor could always have power and uranium. Like a whole chest of it, that can't run out before the end of this episode. Like, come on. So that thing's working up there. Let's get the wither in there. And then I think we have like every material we could ever need in the game to craft the black hole unit, which is what I hope to get by the end of this episode. So yeah, let me go in here. We're gonna place the wither down. And I swear to God, if it doesn't work, I'm gonna go ballistic. Stasis chamber has all the power it needs. So let's build it. All right, wither, do your thing. Do a good thing and don't do anything. Cool. You know it worked when his health is paused. So he's there. And then this mining contraption here, our drills and our fluid base, pump up some ether gas. You got to be like 200 or above to get this to work in a purple laser lens. So we're getting the ether gas. I got to pump that out. Yeah, I didn't really think about it because I had like the power in the middle. I didn't have a way of exporting the fluid, but here we go. It's going into this wireless transfer node, fluid one. So we can input that into probably a fluid tank, to be honest, because I can't just keep dumping it in this thing, only because there's like previous machine frames that we need to craft, the advanced, the simple, the pity, all of those. So let's get a tank, or I don't have one, a singularity tank, 32 buckets. Yeah, that's enough. That'll get us like around 300 supreme black hole units. So I'll put this, I'll put it here, and then I'll hook up a GPS to it, just like that, and then we'll go back up, oops, to here, put the GPS in. Now that's at 0 because it's sending it. Go back down just to make sure it's actually doing something. Yeah, cool. So we got ether gas instead of blown up ether gas that we know is at risk if it's up there. So we're good now. We got ether gas. We got pretty much everything we'll ever need to get this supreme black hole unit, and I'm feeling quite good about it. So let's try getting this thing. Got to start from the bottom and get ourselves the pity machine frame, which I've always had the materials for that forever. Just do that pity machine frame, and then we need the simple machine frame next, which takes plastic, nether bricks, iron ingots, and gold gears. And those gold gears I accidentally crafted a bit much of, but we're fine. So we got everything there. We just need latex now, which comes from an acacia log if I had one there. So we're getting latex now. Perfect. Which gets us that simple machine frame. And then we need the advanced one. And we've got everything here, especially those netherite scraps now. And we just got a bajillion pieces of gold too. Yeah, look at all this. I'm gonna just make those ingots. But with this one, instead of latex, we need pink slime, which we have. So Give me that. Oops, pink slime bucket, perfect. And then put it in here and we get that advanced machine frame. I'm wasting half a bucket just because I don't want to get this supreme machine frame, but whatever. So ether gas now needs to go into here. And I don't really want to waste it all, but it's kind of inevitable unless I can take the input from here and put it back in here, but I don't know. Anyways, we got the advanced one, so now the last one is the supreme machine frame. We got to get these netherite ingots, plastic, diamonds, diamond gear, and then the previous machine frame along with ether gas, and we are good. So let's transfer the fluid over real quick. There you go, ether gas, and we're getting our first supreme machine frame. Yay. So now I'll just chuck it in the system, and we got some simple crafting to do here, except I have no blaze powder because I need to kill more blazes. Let me do that. Got one blaze rod, boom, 2 eye vendors, boom, and we are good. Our first black hole unit that can hold a ton of items that I'll never ever reach, but it's nice. So I think I'm gonna end it here for this one. Got the goal that I've been working to get. Got a nice automatic system for a netherite. Got a safe wither system up there. We got infinite power, kind of, I think. Is the chest keeping up? Yeah. Oh yeah, it's all keeping up. Oh yeah, perfect. We've got infinite power for days, so awesome. But anyways, I'm gonna probably hook this up to these sequential fabricators, like it's gonna output into a supreme black hole unit. So essentially, I will at some point replace these barrels down here with sequential fabricators, and then the dye blocks that go in there will turn into gray dye, and then we'll have like a item pipe here popping up that goes into a supreme black hole unit, which will be right here. And then I can just grab from them, wirelessly transfer stuff from them, whatever I need the dye for, I'll be there for it. So anyways, hope you enjoyed this video on getting supreme black hole units. I'll definitely get more in the future because it's so easy now. But yeah, if you enjoyed, let me know. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.